I remember just before the celebration.
Well, first they lowered the Union Jack, which is the British flag.
And we saw the flag came down, and the Bahamian flag came up.
And the raising of the Bahamian flag. I tell you now, I feel the same way as I did that evening.
40 years have passed since the Bahamas got its current constitution, since we became an independent country, one people committed to building a nation. As we observe this anniversary, NB12 will take a look at what led us to July 10th, 1973, with the people who lived it, the remaining framers of our Constitution. We invite you to join us for our Independence Special, The Independence Story, right here on Cable 12. Happy Independence, Bahamas.
Good evening, Bahamas. You're tuned into NB12, broadcasting from Cable 12 studios on Robinson Road. Coming up tonight in news, the government intends to change course with the proposed Draft Gaming Act. Two major announcements made for the island of Bimini. A family struggles to cope with the loss of an 11-year-old singing talent. Plus, police attempt to assist two young homeless people after learning they're living in bushes. We've got those stories and so much more coming up. I'm Royson Jones, and NB12 starts right now. Welcome once again to NB12. More than 2 months after a controversial proposed draft gaming bill revealed that work permit holders and permanent residents in the Bahamas would be allowed to gamble in local casinos, Minister of Tourism Obi Woolscombe has announced that the government will, quote, not be going in that direction. Woolscombe, who spoke to our news team, says the final draft of that bill is expected to be brought to Parliament before the end of the summer. However, when asked if the government plans to move forward with those provisions, he said he doesn't believe that will be part of the final bill, though Cabinet has yet to approve the final version.
I don't think that will be a part of the proposals. I don't think that we're going in that direction right now. There are two things. The first is Bahamians participating in gaming in terms of gambling at our casinos is a matter before the Commission. Well, we can't preempt the Commission's decisions or preempt the wishes of the Bahamian people, and we can't do that. So because that is there, I think it nullifies the other point as well.
The Prime Minister has said that the question of casino gambling would be a part of the constitutional referendum promised by the government for later this year if the Constitutional Commission recommends that it be addressed as part of broader constitutional reforms. The proposed legislation would also allow people outside the Bahamas from countries or jurisdictions that permit online gaming to participate, while prohibition against Bahamians gambling would continue. That bill, which Woolscombe has called one of many versions, caused an uproar when it was first revealed in April, with some people calling it a shame and disgrace for allowing local casino operators to facilitate online and mobile gaming while Bahamians cannot. While web shop owners view the bill as discriminatory, local casino operators have long been pushing for updated gaming laws, with hotel executives urging the government to bring the bill to Parliament as they look to modernize their amenities. Woolscombe says the Bahamas as a gaming destination must be able to adjust with the times and respond to the demands of the traveling public.
We believe that it could have a tremendous impact because it's a part of the modernization of the gaming. One of the things you must always appreciate is where do you want to be? And when you traveled, I did recently, to Macau, and you see that the big game there is Baccarat. Well, we don't have many Baccarat tables, but if you're going to track some of that Chinese business, you're going to have to put Baccarat in there. You also appreciate that poker works big. So again, if you look at what happens at Atlantis, they have the poker tournaments, and so you know Bahama, and you might see more in Grand Bahama. It's responding to the demands of the traveling public, the demands of those individuals who we want to get to our country.
Although he would not provide specifics on any other potential changes to the bill, Woolscombe said it's important to pass the proposed legislation as quickly as possible to modernize the gaming industry, up the amenities of the tourism product, and increase employment opportunities for Bahamians. Minister Woolscombe was among dozens of government officials in Bimini yesterday where two major announcements were made. Prime Minister Perry Christie led the delegation and revealed the start of a new cruise ship service to Bimini, as well as the opening of Resorts World Casino. Our Jasmine Bonney was there and followed this report.
Government officials say the new development will create hundreds of new jobs in Bimini, as well as project millions into the Bimini economy in a project the island has never seen before. Prime Minister Christie and his wife Bernadette Christie christened the ship during a ceremony at the Miami cruise port yesterday morning. The Bimini Superfast ship is expected to bring up to 400,000 passengers into Bimini on an annual basis. Later that afternoon on Bimini, the Prime Minister and NEWSCAST also opened the resort's World Casino that is pegged to inject millions into the small island economy.
So what we are witnessing here today is a stellar manifestation of confidence by the developers in the government and people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
The ship Bimini Superfast has the capacity to carry up to 3,000 passengers and is dedicated solely to ferrying passengers between Bimini and Miami, Florida. The ship was previously used to ferry vehicles between Italy and Greece. Bimini Superfast is 32,000 gross tons, 670 feet long, 82 feet wide, and has 10 floors. The multi-million-dollar ferry is expected to take an hour and a half to get from Miami to Bimini, where we'll dock in these waters just off the Bimini Bay Resort. The boat will travel between Bimini and Miami twice per day at a cost of $49 each way. The resort's World Genting Group and Rav Bahamas formed a joint venture to bring the casino located on the Bimini Bay Resort compound. Resorts World and Genting Group officials say they hope this project will be a great success.
17 years ago, we opened the Lucayan Beach Resort on Grand Bahama and failed to make it a success. We promised to return, and with greater experience now and with presence in New York City, Miami and Las Vegas, Malaysia, Singapore, Manila, and the United Kingdom, we are now determined to make Resorts World Bimini, Bahamas, into an international destination resort.
When you have a dream or a quest, and you work hard, and throughout the years, with help from many people and criticism from others, and you get to the end of the road and you wind up performing or completing that quest, it gets to a point where you don't know whether it's to cry or to laugh. And I'm at that crossroad. I don't know at this moment whether to cry or to laugh. Maybe I'll do both of them.
Meantime, Christie said in the coming months there will be significant upgrades to the island's infrastructure.
The developer is undertaking a number of public-private partnerships and community enhancement endeavors with the government. Resorts World will bear the initial costs of the following capital and public works and recover those costs over a period of time from casino tax deductions. Upgrading of airport facilities, including extension of runway, terminal building, lighting, and aids for night flights. Two, paving and upgrading of streets, lighting, landscaping, general community cleanup, and painting. 3, of which I have a very keen interest in. As we speak, the preparation of a master plan by the leading planning firm, EDSA, with public input and Bahamian professionals' input, which will guide the orderly growth and development of Bimini, proper Bimini building codes, controlled and orderly vehicles and marine transportation, creation of public spaces and community facilities, public accommodations, sports, education, and health facilities, housing, etc.
Christie said the capital cost to Resorts World associated with the acquisition and introduction of the cruise ferry services is some $95 million. He added that following environmental approval, Resorts World will also build at its own expense a deep water jetty and terminal for a cost of an additional $10 million, at which the Bimini Superfast and 2 mega yachts will dock. Christie said until the dock is completed later this year, the developer has acquired 2 large catamarans to be used as tenders. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
The Prime Minister is promising that major projects are also on the way for other family islands. During an interview in Miami following the christening of the boat, the Prime Minister revealed that the government is in discussions with several other developers. Christie says in the coming weeks those projects will be unveiled in major islands whose economies have struggled in recent years.
This is our plan to deal island by island with the Bahamas. We're going to go before the end of the year. We're going to be in Grand Bahama, ushering in another very major development, and Eleuthera and Exuma and the others.
With new projects on the way, Christie is also underscoring the importance of training so that more Bahamians can take advantage of the jobs that are available now and those will come on stream later.
If we do not have a trained workforce, we're going to continually have people saying we need to bring workers from outside to help.
Christie says the job training agency that is expected to be launched later this summer will help with educating Bahamians to fill those posts. In other news, a man is dead after a car he was riding in collided with another vehicle in the area of Market and Broome Streets in the early hours this morning. According to police, the driver of a white 2000 Honda Accord traveling south on Market Street and the driver of a 1998 Nissan Pathfinder traveling west on Broome Street smashed into one another around 12:15 a.m. Police say the victim, who has only been identified as a 53-year-old man, was a rear seat passenger inside the Nissan Pathfinder. He was pronounced dead by emergency medical services personnel on the scene, according to police. The condition of both drivers involved in that incident is unclear.